Hello everyone, so it's that time again. I'm doing a sort of reading wrap up today, but because I didn't read many books this month, I'm also going to be doing a spring/April favorites because I was in a reading slump this month and I just did not have the energy to read. I still got through 3 books, but it was just a very difficult time reading. So I'll still talk about the 3 books that I've read, but I didn't really have a good reading month. So I'm also just going to add in some spring favorites that I had, like spring favorites for outfits, for makeup, for just daily things in life that I have, spring favorites for books, and just talk about those as well, because I don't want this to just be like a 2-minute video about the 3 books that I've read. So the first book that I read this month, which is actually the reason I went into a reading slump, was Lore by Alexandra Bracken. I had heard a lot of mixed things about this book, but because I am a fan of Percy Jackson, I was like, I really want to read this, it sounds really interesting, and so I tried to read it, and I hated it. It was so boring, and I didn't finish it. So technically I didn't even read 3 books this month, I read 2, and I'm reading a 3rd one now. But this book was not it. So basically it's about this girl named Melora, or Lore, and there's this big tournament every 7 years where the gods can kill each other, and mortals hunt them and stuff, and that's how new gods come into the circulation. And first of all, this didn't really make sense to me, just as a person who studies mythology and stuff in university. It didn't really make sense considering everything I know about Greek mythology. It was an interesting concept, but I feel like it was poorly executed. A lot of it turned into sort of a mafia styled this gang versus this gang, which is what happens in These Violent Delights, which I'll talk about in a minute, but These Violent Delights did it much better. But I just didn't get into it. Athena shows up about 20% into the book, and she was just so boring. And yeah, I did not like her. I didn't like the main character at all, which really sucked because I was hoping I would like her. She reminded me a bit of she wanted to be the tough main character, but then she went overboard with it. She just didn't have any emotions. So it was hard to connect with her. She never felt anything, and that's why I just could not connect with her. So it just really sucked that I couldn't get into this book, and I really wanted to. I was really excited about this book, but it didn't work. I ended up giving it a 2 out of 5 stars, I think, and I didn't finish it at around 35%. So after reading Lore, I went on and read These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, and my god, this book is amazing. I loved this book. I thought it was fantastic. There wasn't really a thing about it that I didn't like. It was very gory, it was very intense, and it was very different from what I've been reading lately. And I felt like that's what I needed, because I've been reading a lot of fantasy for the past 2 years. I've been only reading fantasy, urban fantasy and contemporary and all that kind of fantasy for the past 2 years, and I think I just kind of hit my limit with it, and I was just reading the same story over and over again. So to read something like this, which is more of a historical, supernatural piece, with a lot of mystery and a lot of romance, it hit right. I felt like I needed it, which is why I'm reading a lot of different books for the next couple months to try and freshen up everything. And I'm opening my mind to more possibilities, more different books. So I was reading These Violent Delights, and I loved it. I loved everything about it. So it's basically a Romeo and Juliet retelling in Shanghai in the 1920s, and there's a gang war going on between the White Flowers and the Scarlet Gang. Our main character, Juliet, is the heir to the Scarlet Gang, and our main character, Roma, is the heir to the White Flowers. And there's a lot of tension between them. They had this previous affair, which caused a lot of tension between their families, and there's just so much going on and so much happening in the world, and then suddenly this contagion of madness sweeps through the city and starts killing off both gang members, so Roma and Juliet have to work together to figure out what's happening before it's too late. And it was just this race against the clock, really interesting mystery, really interesting romance, Juliet was an incredible main character. She was so interesting. And as someone who wasn't a fan of the original Romeo and Juliet, like I like William Shakespeare, but I didn't like Romeo and Juliet, this is the telling that I wanted. This like tension, this actual, Juliet actually had a character, which was really nice. And just, it was really, really, really good. If you haven't read it, I highly suggest it, especially coming up in May where it's Asian Awareness Month, Asian History Month. Like, please read this book, support Asian authors, and just bring attention to what an amazing story this is, honestly. It's so good, and it has so much, like, history and political aspects to it. It was amazing, and I gave it a 5 out of 5, I think. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I think I had some, like, pacing issues towards the end where I was just kind of like, okay, this is a really long book. I feel like you could have done it justice if it was a bit shorter, but I loved it. Like, it was incredible. The third book I read this month was Red, White, and Royal Blue by Mcquinston. But I did a reading blog for this, so obviously if you've seen that, you know I fucking adored this book. Like, I loved this book so much, and it was exactly what I needed at that moment. After reading, like, really dark books for the past couple months, just to have this, like, lighthearted romance between two guys, and it's just, I loved it. So basically, it's about the prince, I think he's the Prince of Wales, but he's the prince in England and the first son of the United States. They're rivals at the beginning, but then they slowly fall in love, and there's this whole, like, affair between them, and, like, there's a lot of political aspects as to, like, what this would do if the Prince of England and the first son of the United States, got together. And, like, I feel like this would have still been interesting as a straight romance, but the fact that it was a gay romance, I was like, fuck yeah. Like, I wouldn't have read it if it was just a straight romance book. I don't want to read about straight romance anymore. It's too much. I've seen it too much. It's always the same. Give me my gays. But this book was incredible. I loved everything about it, and I'm so glad I read it. I was hesitant to read it just because I read a lot of books with inauthentic representation, but when I read this, I was like, wow, this is exactly what I needed. This had everything that I wanted, and it was the best thing I've read in a long time. And I gave it a 5 out of 5, and I put it on my favorite shelf because I was just blown away by how good this was, and I highly suggest it. If you haven't read it, please read it. You will be blown away. And the book I'm reading at the moment, which I'm not done, I'm only like 25% through, is Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. I really like this book so far. I haven't read a mystery or a thriller in a really long time, but this book is good, and this book makes you question the shit out of things, and it's really, really interesting. I really like the mystery that's being set up so far, and I'm sure I'm going to talk about it in my May wrap-up, because I'm not going to finish it by the end of April. I'm not. I plan to read a bit more today, but I also might be getting a tattoo today, because I had my consultation this morning. But, yeah, it's just... it's a lot. Don't read it if you have a weak stomach, because it's even a lot for me. So that's what I'm reading at the moment, and now I'm going to get into the favorites. So the first category of favorites that I'm going to start with is clothing, because I got a lot of clothing in the past couple months, because I have a job now and I can buy stuff. So the first thing that I bought was from Shine, because I finally decided that I can order from Shine and trust myself to order from it. But the first item I got was this, it's kind of like a ribbed crop t-shirt, and it has a little mushroom on it, and it's fairly short, but I really like it. I really like the ruffly neckline and stuff, but it's so cute. Like, it's so cute, and I love it, and I love the little mushroom on it, and I want to order their mushroom pajamas so bad. But yeah, I freaking love that shirt. I've worn it like 4 times since I got it. Unfortunately, I've been working so much that I can't like wear anything that I really like, but I'm fine with it. I can dress up goss and cottagecore on my weekends. So yeah, that's the first item. The second item for my favorites for spring are these Pajamas. These are the pajama pants. I call them Pajamas because it's cute. I got them at Urban Planet for $15, I think. They were on sale. Here's the top. And it's just like super cute pajamas. I really love bees. You're gonna see like a huge bee theme in all of this. They're super comfy. I did have a problem with, there was like plastic thread in it and it kept like poking into my back, but I ended up getting it out and now they're just super comfy and super light. And it's great for spring because like it's starting to warm up now. Unless you live in Canada like I do because it's still fucking freezing here. But really comfy, bright colors. My favorite color is yellow, so like it's perfect for me. So yeah, get yourself some pajamas. Continuing with the theme of yellow, I have this really cute Shining shirt. It's like super oversized, but it's very, very soft. I also got this from Urban Planet. I got it around Halloween actually, but I've started wearing it more in the fall. But it's just this really nice, like, The Shining shirt. I love The Shining. It's one of my comfort movies. I watch it, like, when I'm upset. So I really love this movie, and the shirt is a really nice design, and I love to wear it with, like, my fishnet gloves, because I'm goth like that. But I really like this shirt. It's super, super comfy. It's super light, and it's yellow, which is my favorite color. So yeah, it's just the whole package. So now we're going on to like more miscellaneous items that I have that kind of like fit my spring theme, and continuing with bees, I have this cute little bee 2021 planner. I know it's like backwards in the camera, but it's really like, it's just cute, it's shiny, it's got golden bees on it. I love bees. I'm gonna get a tattoo of a bee on my shoulder soon, hopefully. But like the inside just kind of looks like this. And it's just all this like nice little designs. Got tons of stickers at the front. Between each month you have like little tabs where you can like put your plans for the month. Like just like these little things. I don't have much on my to-do list. I usually write in the boxes more than the to-do lists. Just because like I have no idea what I'm doing during the month. But it's just this really cute like planner. There's like a ton of stickers at the front. And it's really cute. I really like it. I use it every single day for work and for seeing people and for goals I want to set for the month, and I friggin' love it. It's so cute. And so if you can order yourself one of these, order it. I don't remember where I got it. I think my mom got it for me for Christmas, and I adore it. It's so cute. So the next item you might have saw glowing in the background is this adorable little dinosaur lamp. I got him last month and he's so freaking cute, and you just bonk him on the head to change colors. I find yellow is the brightest one, and I find he's only like super bright when he's plugged in, but he's super cute. It's just silicone and he's just really cute, and you just tap him to change his colors, and I love it. Like, he was only $20, I think, and I got them at Canadian Tire. But I know you can also order them online. But yeah, just super cute, super lovely to have in your room. I swear to God, I'm a child. But just like cute, lovely, buy it. I'm just giving you a bunch of things to buy. Next two items, if you didn't know, I'm one of those basic alternative people who buy Squishmallows. But they are the tie-dye spring Squishmallows. So I have the jellyfish, which I bought a couple weeks ago, and he's so soft, and I love him so much. And he's in my bed that's completely full of Squishmallows right now, and it also has bee bedding. So yeah, I'm just obsessed with soft things and bees. So just like, he's really, really cute, and I love him, and I love Squishmallows, and I need help because I spend way too much money on things I don't need. And the second one is pretty much the same like pattern as my jellyfish, but it is this adorable bunny that my best friend got for me. I love you, Abby. Thank you so much for getting this for me. And just, it's so cute. Little floppy ears. It's so soft, and Squishmallows just give me comfort, like serotonin. And it makes me so happy. And the last thing on my favorites list that I'm going to talk about is a favorite books for spring. And so this is a book that I would consider light and just easy to read for the springtime, and that would be Red, White, and Royal Blue. As I said, I loved this book. It is amazing. It's funny, it's light, it's everything you need for that transition to summer, where like you've had a long winter, you've seen the dark things, you just need that light transition. This is an amazing book. Please read it. It's so good. It's so funny. It's so cute. Like, just read it. And it's like one of my favorite books. So obviously it's good to me. You're allowed to have different opinions on that. But I highly suggest it, especially after like the terrible year we've had, just to read something so light and so fun for spring. And yeah, so I think that's everything I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you liked this sort of reading wrap-up, sort of favorites video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!